In the first video on JavaScript primitives, when we talked about the 5 basic data types, which are string, number, boolean, undefined, and null, we kind of lumped null and undefined together at the end, and I mentioned that we would cover them in more detail in a future video. So that's what we're going to do here, and it's still going to be a pretty quick video because there's actually not very much to null and undefined. They are both just values that a variable can be set to. And they both mean nothingness, in a sense, but there's a big difference between them. So the code I have here illustrates that difference. So let's start with undefined. So if we declare a variable, like we have here, var age, but we never set it to something, so it's declared but not initialized to a value, it's considered undefined. So I'll show you what that means, or what that looks like. If I just run that code, var age, and I never set it to a value. I tell JavaScript, make some space for something called age, but we never store anything in there. If I ask for age back, it tells me undefined. And I want to contrast that with if I just ask for something that doesn't exist at all, like color, it gives me an actual error message, versus age, it knows about age, it just doesn't know anything inside of age. And then null is another way of expressing nothingness, but it's very different because null means something is explicitly empty or explicitly nothingness, versus undefined, which just means that something doesn't have a value yet. So in this example here, I'm showing a case where you might use null. So if we had a current player variable, we were making a game, and it's set to be a string of the name of the current player, if that player then dies, there's a game over, we could set current player to be null to make it explicitly clear that there is no current player. So to wrap this up here, null and undefined are similar in that they both mean nothingness, but there's a big difference in that null means explicitly nothing, versus undefined means that something is empty or doesn't have a value yet. So that really doesn't sound like a big difference, but as we go throughout this course, you'll run into null and undefined, and we'll see the difference, and it will make a lot more sense as we keep going, but I just want you to be aware that there is a difference.